I brought down the old Hidden Woodsmen Haversack today because I didn't want to bring too much. So I brought this down, and I think I might have done a video, if I ain't done a video yet, when I went to Eddie's, so I sort of done a show and tell what was in it. So I thought I'd do the same now. And I know many people have done reviews on these, so it's not a question of a review of it, it's just showing what I've got in it. So on the back I've got this axe. This is the Mauler. Really good, and they're around about 30-40 pounds, something like that. And I've really sort of given this some abuse, but they're quite lightweight, got a lovely handle so you can get a nice grip on it. Razor sharp, pretty rust resistant, and they're really good chopper. They are worth, you know, well worth buying one. They can actually definitely do a bit of a sharpen, but I sort of really have given it some abuse. So I took it to Sweden with me, and I used it all the time for chopping and splitting wood. Didn't let me down at all. And it's light enough to go in a pack. It's lighter than a Grandster's Brux hatchet. Definitely recommend it. It may not, it looks bushcrafty, but it's not wooden handles and handfuls head. But it is a practical axe, and say Grandster's Brux axes are just really. When I used to buy my Grandster's Brux, you know, I think I picked up small forest axe, and I think it was like £45 brand new when I bought it, and that must be over 10 years ago now. And now they're like £100 odd. It's mad. So anyway, that's enough about the axe. Let's go in the rest of the bit. So on the strap, I've just tucked this Maxpedition pouch on it. It's a Janice pack, I think it is. Don't really need it on there, to be honest. There's not much in there. I mostly take it off, to be honest. I think I'd rather just, I don't want to even put side pouches on these things because it just make it too big and bulky. But yeah, I've only got some coffees, and that's not really worth being on there. So I will mostly take that off. It's got the two straps at the front. Really useful. They do come with a centre one, but I think I prefer the two side ones. And this can go up even more. If you want to just put a little bit more in there, you could do. So there's plenty of space in that, and it goes right down as well. So in the top here I've just got a hydration meal, but I've also got a food kit in there as well. Now in the top I've got a Hidden Woodsman tinder pouch or bag, but I don't use it for that because I like to bring some sort of books out on food and trees and stuff like that, and try and build up my knowledge. So all I keep in there is a tree ID book and a food for free book, both really good. And then all I have here is a Right in the Rain pouch, and this is a new one actually for me because I had the larger one beforehand, and I used that all the time. So I've bought this smaller one now, which just is a bit more portable, and that all fits quite nicely. So inside here. And that works great. So I've got a backhoe in an old sheath I've had for years, and I've got my Adrian Chiro knife, which I absolutely love, and it fits perfectly, and I use that a lot. So I've got cutting, I've got an axe, I've got a saw, and I've got a knife, all in that patch, and they don't take up too much. And this is my ideal combination. I like to have an axe, I like to have a small knife, and I like to have a saw. And with these three items you can do generally most jobs, fire collection and stuff. Next up I've got is a small hammock. Now this is one that Eddie made me years ago, and it's brilliant and one of the best I've got, to be honest, especially for the size, it being so small, but when you sit in it's actually a good size. Lightweight, fits in there perfect, made out of parachute material. And a tarp, got a Hilleberg tarp 5, and I'll set this up, and this is yet again like a really quite small sort of, it comes in the sack, the bag itself is part of the tarp as well, so that fits in now. At the back here, got myself a waterproof ground sheet, only a small one, but just enough for me to sit on it or lay on it. Next up, in here I use methylated spirits, and I've got it in a Swedish bowl, and it just fits in this little pouch that I made for it. Just sits in this little pouch, that I made for it. And I normally keep that upright. Food in a lightweight is actually my DD super light hammock bag, which I don't put it in now, but it's great because it is really tough material and really lightweight. Next up, water. So I've got 1 litre of water in here, and I've got it in a Nalgene bottle. So I've got a Nalgene bottle there, and inside that is a titanium cup with a bell handle and lid. Now you don't have to, I know the Tokes make one, but to be honest, they're all exactly the same. This is Mum's, made by Tom Shaw or Tom Shoe on the front there. I think this was on an Amazon special. They're normally around about £22. I think pick it up for about, they're doing like one of their quick sale specials on Amazon. It was like £16, something like that. Great, really good. And I've used a lot of titanium stuff. The best is Snow Peak. Snow Peak stuff is the best. It's made in Japan, but any of the others made in China are good. They're all exactly the same. What else have I got in here? Nothing in there. In here I've got some tissues and my little spoon that I made. And the last thing at the bottom is my cook kit, which I've got it in an old leather pouch that I made years ago, and it's the Trangier small one they make, which is really good. It's got a little frying pan on top, so you can fry food. Comes with the Trangier burner, an actual stand, and a pair of grippers. So this is like a non-stick pan. It sits on there nicely, and so it comes with a little handle. Pick it up. Plus then you've got pot, and you can put that on top as a lid. I'll tell you what I keep in this Hill People. Can't quite sure what, it's a chest rig anyway, that I've been using for the last 3 weeks. You might have seen it in the other videos. I've always fancied one, and I'll tell you what I've got in that shortly. They do work quite well, very efficient on the fuel. I think I used half an hour on one outing, and I've done quite a lot with that, making pancakes to cooking brews. You will get some Trangier burners, if the setup's not right, you can just burn through the fuel very quickly. Anything which is designed by Trangier and use it with is really efficient. So in the chest rig, I won't go forward with it just yet, but I have a fire striker, and I keep my Leatherman. This is the Charge. Can't remember this one, AL, something like that. I've had it for years. It's brilliant, I love it. I'd hate to lose it because I won't buy another one because they're too expensive. But they're great as a fire striker, and it's so useful. You use it for so many different things when you're out in the woods. Now, I never used to bring it out with me because it's just too heavy, especially if you've got it on this side pocket or, you know, in a pouch or something. It is heavy. But when you've got it inside a chest rig like this, you don't even know you've got it. And it fits really nicely in there. Next thing I'm keeping next to that is a lighter. So I've always got a lighter on me. So let's get some water. There we go. So, okay, so you see I've got the Leatherman, got the fire striker and a lighter. Also I keep a pair of glasses. Keep a pair of glasses. My eyesight's going for reading and close-up work, so they're essential. Over the last sort of 3 years, I've come into rely on them more and more now, which is a bugger really, because when you're not used to wearing glasses and then you have to start carrying glasses around with you, you know, you've got to adapt to it. And next thing in there, compass, which is stuck to there. So I've always got a compass on me. So I like doing a bit of navigation and keeping the compass in there. I've got another compass, so I'll keep out another bag. But this is sort of a smaller one, silver, and it's connected to the chest rig and works great. Second pocket. Now you can get loads more in this, but I ain't actually got a great deal on it because I don't want to overload it. But I've got a inhaler, asthma. I don't suffer it a great deal, but every now and again it can come on. Not so bad in the winter, but more summer period. And I've got 2 pouches, because there is pockets in these things. Now this is made out of canvas, quite a nice waxed heavy canvas, and yeah, it's nice. It's nice to shoot. I do make it in the old Cadora, but I had to get hold of this one in canvas. And this was just an eBay purchase, brand new, that someone obviously bought. So that's how I picked it up. But I've got 2 pouches in here. I have some cordage, some battery from the torch, which is a Phoenix LD12. So I've got a battery for the torch, some bank line. This is fire lighter, like the Esbit tablets. This is very thin cordage. These are the tools to the Leatherman. No, this is like just a small strop that I made from the knives. It's an unusual shape, but that's just the way it come out. And a very fine knife sharpener, like a hone-in, but you know, it does a bit more. Just takes off any sort of maybe burrs or anything on there, or nicks. So I keep all that. And this one, to be honest, not a great deal, but I've got a sort of a emergency kit which got everything in there. A little knife, cordage, a whistle, sewing up kit, tweezers, some plasters in there, and that just goes into the back part of this pouch. And the rest of it is just a pen, pencil and a write and a rain pad, which is always handy to have. And then in the big pouch, I mean, there's a bigger pouch here. I don't think I've used anything for that. No, And this can go around my neck as well if I need to. And I can put more in there, you know, there is loads more space to put in there, but I just don't want to overfill it. And in the last pocket, which is designed to have a gun in there, which obviously I don't need, I have a map. This is a waterproof sea line map, and I've got a couple of locations, and it's got a pen for writing on the map. And I can have that around my neck, or I'll just have it as I have used it, just in there, and grab it when I need it, put some marks on it. So I use that in there as well. And that fits in there quite easily and nicely. So yeah, I've been using it for about, could be a month now. Every time I've been out, I've been putting it on. If I'm working really hard and it's hot, then I'll take it off. But generally around the camp, I keep it on, especially in the winter time. When it's colder, it's quite nice. So that's in. This is the Hill People gear, consignment pouch or something like that, chest rig, and it works on the back system, which is very light. You don't fill it with a rucksack on, and underneath you put it through your rucksack belt loops, and it holds it down. And there's all, you can actually hook it directly to a rucksack, to the front bit, but I just use it as this, and you can cinch it all up around the sides and back if you want to, but I just have it quite loose. And I've used it using the big saw. It hasn't really got in my way at all. So I think that's everything. That's all what I brought out with me today. So let's get a drink, hot drink. And I had some gloves. Obviously I've got on my person, I've got some work gloves. In this pocket, got a large Swedish sort of bandana I keep in there. Okay, in my pocket I've got a pad and there's some pens, and in this pocket I've got my first aid, which I always keep in here. So that's my first aid kit in there, waterproof pouch, orbital one. And I use that all the time, and it always stays on me. And I've used that not just for myself, but for other people. And that's it. So a strong coffee first. Breakfast. But it's a good size. It's like 25 foot. And it's not finished yet, so there's more to do. But for now, I've got the majority of it done. So I want to make some wooden sides. I want to try and make it traditional looking as much as possible. I don't like the green canvas tarp on it, but needs must. So I'm off to film here, but yeah. So yeah, it's a good size. And got the fireplace there, so, and all I've put is a load of leaflet up there so far, and twigs. The twigs are there really to hold the leaves on when they fall. I'm hoping a load more of them leaves will fall on top of that and do the work for me. This is not the hammock that Eddie made. This is the UK hammocks one, and it's not as good as Eddie's one, I have to say. It's not as large as well, but it'll do. To be honest, for size to weight, this is about the same weight as Eddie's one, but not as big. So what I'm using is this paracord. So I've got the sun up there, you can chill out, lay back, bit of coverage, nod off for a bit. So there's all camp set up, and this all came inside that haversack, which can be any haversack, but it's amazing what you can get inside it. So I've got shelter, got somewhere to sit on and lay back on, a bit of comfort, got my brew kit, my fire kit, which I've got on my person, and also a few other little extras as well, and food. So that's it. sincerity of what I'm trying to do, but it's going to be a bit hard work to be honest. Like all these things, there's too many gaps. I'm trying to do upright, so I thought it might be easier. But you're just going to have gaps like that. You're not going to get it perfect at all. But I can fill in with smaller twigs and bits and pieces. Yeah, it's going to be a long process. It ain't going to be done today. Yeah, so somewhere to sit down, put your stuff on there and look out. So I've done an L to rule them logs out there. So I could chop down, there's some dead falling over there, but I didn't bring the big saw with me. I'll finish it off over there. You can easily sleep in here. There's enough space on the outside. It's purely for sitting around the fire, maybe food prep. Keep it dry, because I still like to set up a tarp, a hammock or a bivvy bag. I like to do that when I'm in the woods. I don't want it too easy where you just come in, it's all done. I like using the gear that I've got, it's pointless having it. This is just a bit of shelter for colder months. It's wet and raining, because last year we was here, it rained, you know, every time we come down here with the group, so this just makes life easier, a bit more comfortable, and makes it a bit more usable throughout the year in the winter time. But yeah, I'm going to put the other bench on the other side of the fireplace, clean the fireplace up, and the sides I'll just muck around with till I come up with a proper solution. I'll work on that one. So yeah, that's part of the project though. If you do it all too quick, you know what I mean? One thing, you don't do it properly, and another thing is you don't, you know, it's more enjoyment for the same to do when you come down to the wood. But the time is now 20 to 1, so it's time to sanctuary, I think. Size of that thing. Jesus. Slugs. Can't get away from the things. Right, it's pretty heavy, this thing. So I'm going to scatter the ashes. something different with that. I might not put that big tray back in there. I've got a smaller tray which I'm going to lay big in here. Maybe that. I just want to try and get a more of a flatter surface for cooking on. So there we are. So I'm using the other half of the parachute, well it's the whole parachute, you know, but I split it in half and just used, well it's all up there, it's just the way I've used it to get the best angle. So yeah, there's the outside of it. If we go around, and there's the back half. So definitely more waterproof than it was before with the new shelter, but the fireplace now is a bit more covered up. So I've redone the fireplace, as you see, made it bigger, and now I've got the my grill, TJM Metalworks grill on now, which I could never use it properly on the old pan, sort of frying pan I was using, or frying pan, but fire plate. And making the fireplace bigger is obviously gets more people can use it and put it on whatever they want, fire anchors or tripods. So I brought the chair over, not the chair but the bench, we use it as a chair and a storage. There's a nice gap up there, so the smoke should actually go up there quite nicely. And inside the shelter now is quite nice. Stuff to hang things, little wood storage there. Sun's still up there, it's nice. But yeah, so feels nice in here now. It takes just a little bit of time getting used to stuff and getting your way. What you was used to before was the parachute to a shelter like this. But you could definitely get a lot more people in here now. So yeah, I've got to get you all on film, but quite nice here. Making these shelters like that, I don't actually need it myself. When I come out, I come out all year round. But when you want to get other people to come out, keeping them dry, there's a fire and it's a nice environment, will make them come out more. So not that I need people to come out, but you know, you know Eddie and you know Steve and a few other guys, you know Tim, having a nice environment to come to just makes the night, makes it more pleasurable, and you know, it's makes it you got to go out all throughout the year, not just in the summer periods. What I do. But yeah. Yeah, it's a big shelter. It took a bit of time. It's not finished yet, but it's all ready sort of to go. I feel comfortable with it. And once I finish all this round the back side here, and I was thinking of putting my wood burning stove down. It'd be cracking. So that's the video for now. I'm not sure if I'm going to just carry on with the series or just chuck this one in and forget the others. Who knows? We'll see.